TDH. What is TDH? I think there's a hydraulic oil that is called TDH. Tom, Dick. Is it Dick N? Harry? Is that what it was? Is it Tom, Dick? Well, isn't there that be Dick and Jane? Well, I wrote Jack. It's Jane. Because it was Dick and Jack. I don't know. Hi, Kathy. You can sew something. You know what I was thinking? I needed someone to sew something. Sew. Tom. And the way I write Dick, it almost looks like die. So how do I know I'm saying Dick or die? As well, is it Dick and Harry? Or is it Tom, Dick, and Harry? Tom, Dick, and Harry. Dick and Harry. Dick and Harry. Dick's and Harry. Ay, ay, ay. Is it with the separation of the letter N? Or is it an and? And also in that fancy and sign, if I can get that fancy and, is that the and sign? Hold on a second. Number 7. No, it was the other way. It's that way. So if I put this in a mirror, this one is forward and this one is backwards. And if you look at it, I mean, anybody can make anything up with it, right? You can look at it like we have a D over here, and we have letter F over here. But no, you can just say you have an 8 or an X 8. I'm not going to say escape, or that would be escape. Okay, I don't want to get into that. We were talking about Tom, Dick, and Harry and that magical line that goes on that angle, that French line. Hold on a second. Tom, Dick, oh, and Harry with a Y? How come? How come with a Y? And with who? Oh, I can't see that. Something just disappeared. Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I was reading a few articles, right? And apparently, it's all about the frontline workers. All about the frontline workers. You hear it everywhere. You watch the NFL football, all about the frontline workers inside the color play. Imagine you're listening to a football game, right? And you're supposed to have color commentary, and all of a sudden, watch out for COVID. Our frontline workers. And during the color commentary, at the same time as they're pitching the game, for the troops. Like, what's actually going on? Why are they always telling us this? Why don't they tell us why they're telling us things? So they make an organization. They say, hey, it's the organization. They want you to help and donate to their organization, and look what they're doing. Have you ever checked out the DOE, Department of Energy, or any of these other departments? They always seem to be giving money out to all these companies. And what do they actually get in return? Well, first you start at the college level, and you help them out at the college level. So you have your hand. Every time you give out money, your hand is in that pocket, in that. Somehow there's a handcuff forever. As long as somebody gives you money to a certain department, and I'm talking in energy, electricity, and not all departments, but most departments, and you see the college, they did it to this company. Ontario gave them money. Everybody gave them money. But the most important one is where it all began. How come it always seems to begin somewhere? Through the youngsters. the youngsters, all that incoming new cloud information. Is it the same old body? Why is the information different? Why are they smarter? Is it because they see everything that we've seen already and they just take it one step further? And maybe their minds are one step quicker in certain domains. Careful or careless? Where are they going? What's going on? You know, they always say it's good to visit an old person. It's not good to leave anybody alone. And these scientists are all saying, you know, it's just as detrimental. It's more detrimental to be cooped up and caved in than to be out on the street. For the chances of what's going on are so minimal. And if you're a carrier, don't go to those who don't want you carrying. Is it that hard? Of course it's that hard. Because their numbers are so small that it relates to more or less all over the age of 50. And if you're over the age of 50 and you couldn't give it two hoots, so many more or less. But then it comes down to, because some of the people, and a lot of people don't even care, they just want to get out, what they actually do, it's the frontline worker. It's the frontline worker in our hospitals. Our hospitals are full. But how they run the system is the full. You come, you do medical here in Canada, you have to have so many people and so many doctors. If you're going to give out permits for doctors or anything at all, you have to make sure that you have enough of them here. Oh, but we don't have enough money. We can't print money just like that. But life is on the line and you can't print money. What's going on right now? Printing money right, left, and center. And not only that, they're taking half our money and they're sending it out of the country. What's going on? What's going on? The voting system for choice has to turn a new leaf because we're in Canada. Everything has to have a turn a new leaf. It's not that hard to explain the truth and why and what needs to be done. So all of a sudden we got all this money in the world, but the extra sick that were sick before, we didn't have money for them. They ended up in the hospital. They were starving, all kinds of crazy stuff. It didn't matter. But what happened is it became the frontline worker who had to, all the hospitals, they've been booked forever. You're always waiting 24 hours in that waiting room. So don't tell me they're not booked. Not enough beds. So anyways, cigarette smoking and how it was promoted. And nowadays, they're filling up beds. Alcohol, filling up beds, filling up not only beds, they're filling up jails. They're filling up. What does alcohol do? Alcohol, if you're drinking and driving, what alcohol does, and all these things that we actually can do. And we have no money. We have no money to help this one, and we have no money to help that one, but all of a sudden, we got all kinds of money. Stay home. Stay home. Even if science says it's more dangerous to always be aware of, when freedom has been taken away. Actually, we all gave it up. We gave it up because we had a choice. It was freedom or pay a ticket for having your freedom. So now you only don't have to pay for water. You got to pay for freedom. Yeah. Where do you go to pay for freedom? Guess what? This is all you need to pay for freedom. And thank you and excuse me and all the right words for the planet of the universe, for everything to survive in its own domain. But wait a second. The frontline workers. We don't care about these people in the skyscrapers. That ain't taking a chance. But the frontline workers, well, either the beds are full. How much more do you have to do for a person in a bed if the beds are all full? And it's been like this forever. So how much more full can you get? Because you're always waiting. There's always waiting for a room, and everybody's always waiting. What's going on? Well, we all know artificial intelligence is coming. We all know it's got to be hooked up somewhere. It's got to work something wireless. But have you ever had TV wireless without having a satellite dish, without having a cell tower? So things have to be built, and infrastructures have to be made. And we have to test out all our little gadgets. iRobot in the streets. Just when you were not looking, and there's nothing you can do about it after. Never say never. Never say never. Okay. I wanted to get on to something else. I'm not really happy with the area I went into. I have to move my mouse. Yeah, this is my new mouse. Hold on. Let me show you. This is my new mouse. So we're gonna be scrolling together. You're like, what's going on, man? What's going on? When the doctors themselves say, that it's just it's cold outside, right? Anyways, can't get into it. I'm quite sure a lot of people out there are streamed into the multimedia services. Go at your own free will and believe what you believe. Not everything is true, and not everything is false, and not everything is fake. And a hypocrisy, a hypotheses. What do you call the other one? Theorist, something theorist. What's that word? What's that word? Conspiracy theorist. Conspiracy, piracy, pirate theories. Conspiracy, pirate theories. What does it mean to pirate? What does it mean to pirate somebody? What does it mean to be a pirate? Why was one of the pirates Captain Hook? And if it's Captain Hook, is it Jack Hook? Because the only hook we know in the alphabet, right, is the J for Jack, and that's the Jack Hook. Could be Jack Hookup. Hook me up, Jack. Hook my computer up to a jack. Tie 10 up and tie Jack up at the same time. Titanic. They tied Jack up to the water pipe. The minute I saw they tied him up to the water pipe, I knew right away that the whole thing with Titanic was fake. Right until the end. Right until the end. Because there's something they said to the captain should have never said. The captain doesn't listen to anybody. And it's now I, Captain. Anyways, this is starting to get a little boring. Okay. I never figured out the 19 and 11 with the SK coming together, the combination SK 1911. I know 13 will create 19. How can I create 91? I can't turn 11 around. No, I have absolutely nothing prepared other than Tom, Dick, and Harry. And who's the expert? Who's the expert? Who knows better? Tom, Dick, and Harry. What is T.D.H? 4, 1, 8. Sun, resident angel through Pluto. Tom, Dick, and Harry. Anyways, yeah, I'm a little off. I'm starting to just not, there's really what I wanted to talk about is what I really did talk about it. Aye, Captain. So are you showing me resident angel C? Is that a Roman numeral, those two together? Or do we have to have the bar above and below for Roman numeral? In retail, RX, not a hospital. RX, that's a prescription, no? RX? Oh boy, am I in trouble here? Am I saying it all wrong? Okay, I Captain is a Roman numeral, or I'm saying it all wrong. So I'm not going to ask you. Okay. Wait a second. Okay, pharmacy, yes. So what does it mean? What does RX mean? I thought it was prescription. Pharmact. Is that pharmact, or is that supposed to say pharmacy and the T was in place of a Y? Conspiral theory. Spiral. Oh boy. You know, I asked 3 questions, I get one answer, and I don't know for which one it was the answer. Wait. AP and A9, or two P's backwards, two P's in a pod. You can look at that, and you can also look at the picture cards where the hair is curled inside and the hair is curled outside, almost like looking like the same thing as Montreal baseball. Um, um, just let me think about this again. What I was thinking. Where's those 2 letters? RX. I'm a little bit lost. Where's those 2 letters? 8P or 9A? Oh, yes. The PB back to back on the Jack card, or maybe I'm not sure what other cards have it. But the hair is curled back and forth, and it's dB, maybe for, I'm not sure, decibels, 2 and 4. I don't know what it means. Maybe it's going to turn out to be some sort of design. Okay, I don't know what that word it means. I've heard it before. That means it goes backwards. Isn't retrograde to go backwards? Listen, I'm telling you one thing. For God knows how long, you go down to that place that's marked here, the RX place. You go down to that place and you get pills. And you have no foggy idea. You have no foggy idea what will happen in the next 20, 40, 60, 80 years. And as well, the birth that comes from the drug you have taken. And don't tell me, and nobody tell me, that it's gone away. Because if you take it, you got it. Whatever effect it may cause, maybe little, maybe it can all go away. But your body knows whatever it took. And it can be telling a story to your body right now. You took it, and when your great-grandchild is born, they're going to have it, whatever it is, for good or for bad. But it ain't going to be no good, because they're going to have it. It was changed. We were changed. We were altered. We were altered. The altar men on the altar, marriage. Monkey. You don't think we came? Well, first of all, God made animal and man on the same day, right? Did he make them? Well, there's a link to that, right? Right? Isn't there something in history? There's they say we're missing the missing link for man coming from monkey. And I got a link for you. God made us both on the 6th day. That's pretty close. They could have made a mistake. Could have did something different. Man and monkey, I guarantee you we're part ape. We're part of a lot of animals. Mercury feeling. Don't tell me how Mercury is feeling, Madame Curie. That's a really sad subject, Mercury. Terrible, terrible. Mercury. Feeling with Mercury. Silver, amalgamine, filings. I'm just trying to think of what it is. It's like some kind of bad memory, it seems like. That's what it reminds me of, a bad memory. Yeah, going backwards. Yeah, no matter what pill you take. I mean, and even these, there's these new things called vaccinations that they want to give to all the people. They made it in 1 year, and there's been stories already that people are popping off here and there. They're going out for the count. Some of them are not the same anymore. So right now, the reaction towards what's coming out, okay, you will see within a year, if you're able to get to the right news, the true news, where the truth of exactly what's going on, because you can see the people, and it's not Hollywood, but it's hard to differentiate. You will see there's going to be more people affected by what they took than what's going on right now. You like the way I beat around the bush, sometimes in the forest, sometimes in the garden? Because that's the way it has to be. Going all around in circles. You have to figure it out for yourself. How are we going to turn this around? Well, don't look at me. I send my signal up. And if we keep sending our signals up into the sky, all of a sudden, we start to bump into each other here and there and there and here. And we start to talk. And we start to be friends and gather together by the dozens, by the hundreds, by the thousands in the small little city, by the 100,000s in the larger city, and by the millions in the provinces and states. We gather and we search out all the same. When we hear something, we want to believe, and we want to know, and we have to be persuaded that it is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But don't believe everything you hear. So, Tom, Dick, and Harry. I'm always skeptical with that, because that's 3 numbers. You multiply it to 32, but the 1 gives you nothing. So can we change that 1 and make the 1 a 3? 3 equals 1. Should I do that? Or should I say, well, 1 has to be 10, so let's give that 1 1 plus 6 equals 7. Well, we'll say, well, how do you make 7? Well, you need 3 and 1 and 3, and you can make 7. Or you can have 4, 1, and 2. But when you have 1 and 2, 1 is between 2, creating that you automatically have 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to your 10. With that said, the equation of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 times and 1 multiplied 2, 3, 4 equals 24 and 10. 24 and 10, which is 6 and 1, equaling to the half-life. Why I wanted 3 to equal to 1 is because that is the void. The 1 cube, that is your just void. And we're just going to find it in our smallest dice over here, and it's right here. Right over here. Not looking at the 2, but at the 3. I wonder what would happen if I spun this. What would happen if I spun this around? What would it look like? What would it make a design because of the dots? I need to do this faster and faster. I'm going to have to go through, whoa. Okay, stop fooling around. So the 1 becomes the 3. So then it would be 3 and 1. And that's what it is. 3 and 1 is actually 75 and 25. And it's like the time of the cycles of our years. First of all, one season will connect the last season with the next season, leaving one season, meaning there's only one season. Every other season is opposite of. Do you follow what I'm saying? So when you have 3 out of 4, 3 parts of 4 parts is 75, which was a reflection of the moon and DC. And the other part is 1/4, which is now the Earth. So you have the moon and the Earth inside the same equation. 3/4 is 75. 1/4 is 25. And that is 3 and 1 in the leap year. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And the Spaniards say miércoles, something like that, which to me means miracle. And then you have, so you start on the Sunday, the first day. Jesus comes down on Sunday. So it's Sunday Jesus, Sunday church. Or it's the Saturday synagogue. Synagogue, synagogue, synagogue. So anyways, that's where you get your 3-in-1 cycle, and it's just telling you about the Earth and the moon, electric company. It's telling you about Jesus. It's telling you about the cycle the moon runs by. It tells you it comes, we run in something to do with the skies of Saturn, but Saturn might be the ring of our half-life because we're all number 4s, Mars, and the 4 exists in number 6, and the 4 exists in number 5, and the 4 exists in number, 4 exists in number 4. So really, you don't need the 4. All you need is the 5 and the 6. Yo, 11, the student coming from the sun. 5 plus 6, 11. 5 minus 6, 1, 1, 1, 1. 6 times 5, 30, 30 and 11. 30 and 11. Oh, that's maybe where it comes from. 6 times 5 equals 30. 6 plus 5 equals 11 equals 41 and 19. So that my 11 and 19 come together. And, well, this will end up to be 51 Mars. But because this will reduce to a 10, and this will go into a 16 equaling to a 7, we'll now plus 6 for the 1 in this position over here. Add a 6 for the 1 for this 10. But what if the 1 was here? Maybe I should only do it in this position. But right now I'm doing it this way. And this would be the moon. And that would be Mars. And you want to see something? M, the opposite of M in the regular alphabet. N, the opposite of A is Z. The opposite of R is R. I, the opposite of S is H. So I'll put them in order. H, I, N, Z, Heinz 57. And not only that, the numeric value for the moon is 57. The reverse of Mars is 57 and 51. 6 and 3. Another way of looking at the numeric value for Mars. Where is Mars? Where do we get 360? 6 by 6, 9 by 4, 8.5. 6 by 6, 8 times 4.5, 9 times 4. Different ways to get to this number, telling you different stories. Not really sure where we should go next. Let me take a look at the Valentine messages I have over here. This camera's having a hard time setting. Okay, that's where I learned it from too, from Levette. Very nice, Kathy. Well, you know what? That's so true. I want. But I'm not doing it, so I guess I don't want. I'm doing this week. I painted up on top of there. I painted my door. Now you see the white. I'm taking off all the orange, and I'm going to make it yellow and try to shade maybe a little orange red inside of it. I don't know. That's my Harley Davidson, because Harley Davidson and Pluto is our savior, is our half-world savior. That pop, 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 pop motorcycle is our savior somehow. Anyways, okay, I think we're going to bring this to an end. It's almost 8 o'clock. Time to get into the shower. Bolt House juice. I wonder how really good this is for you. You ever see this stuff? It's got all kinds of stuff in it. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. If you need my email, if you want to ask me something, what would I know? It's out there. If you want to ask me something, it's got to exist for me to have any answer at all. If it already exists, then the possibility of me creating something that reshapes the situation, I probably have got a shot as much as anybody else. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Maybe I'll be back later.